Joining me now is Sligo Rovers manager Micky Adams. And Micky, first of all, congratulations on getting the job. Just how did it come about?
Well, to be fair, it came out of the blue, really. Obviously, I'm out of work following Tranmere's relegation last season, and I just got a call saying that they were struggling in the bottom end of the Irish League, and would I come out and have a chat with them? And as I was doing very little at that time, I decided to come out, and I've been very, very impressed with what I've seen.
So was it a case then that you went for a couple of meetings, had a look at the squad and then made the decision?
To be honest, didn't know anything about the squad. Never worked with any of them before, so if you come to Sligo and look at the place, first of all, it's a beautiful part of Ireland, but the facilities in terms of the football are first class. So what I wanted to do was get back on the grass and do some coaching, and if I can help Sligo pull away from the bottom echelons of the league, then I'll be delighted with that.
And obviously, Sligo are a side who a couple of years ago were winning the title, so they're a side that have great potential.
Yeah, I mean the squad's there, or it seems to be there. If they produce anything like they've produced in training in the past week, then we'll be fine. But obviously, confidence is at a premium, as it always is when you're at the bottom end of the table, and it's up to me to try and get some results and pull them away from the bottom end.
I know that you've sent a couple of your sides on pre-season tours of Ireland as well. Do you think that's helped you in the opening couple of days since you took the job?
Yeah. Listen, I think I've been over to Ireland 8 times touring with teams. I'm being very, very successful with those teams after the event. So, you always get a competitive game here. The facilities are first class, as I've said before. I don't really know the Irish League. That's new to me. But all I'm concerning myself with at the moment is trying to get a group of players together that are competitive in the league. We've got 10 games left to save our season, really, and it may be a struggle, it may not, but I'm heartened by what I've seen on the training ground so far.
So it hasn't been the case then that you've taken over this side and maybe the heads are down a little bit because they are 11th in the league? No,
to be honest, they were down, and as I said, part of the process going forward is to work them as hard as I can on the training ground, let them enjoy their football again. They've been deflated because I'm their third manager they've had this season, so it's slightly daunting for not the senior professionals, but some of the younger professionals that are at this football club who are decent players, and it's a bit of a culture shock to them, but. I'm trying to instill as much confidence and belief into them as I can on the training ground, but ultimately we'll be judged not on the training ground, on what we do match day. So, we've got a big game tonight at Drogheda. I think that's somewhere near Dublin. I'm led to believe it is, and we'll attack the last 10 games in a positive frame of mind, hopefully.
Now, of course, you've managed for so many clubs in England. Just how does Sligo compare to the English sides?
Well, it's the same all over as far as I'm concerned. You're playing for 3 points. We're playing to win. There's some decent players in the Irish League. I've been to a few games myself already since I've been over here, and I think what I wanted to do was slightly broaden my horizons a little bit. The coaching is the same wherever you are, whether it be in England or in Ireland. But I wanted to get a feel for the Irish League as well and the Irish players, and if I can do that, and then I don't know whether I stay here or whether I come back to England, I'll bring that knowledge back with me.
And are you in a position where for them last 10 games you're still going to be keeping an eye on the English leagues and seeing what the local sides, the likes of Sheffield United, are getting up to?
Yeah, of course. Sheffield United, I watched Leeds on the television last night, and disappointed to see them go out. So, you always keep an eye on what's going off in the English leagues for sure. But my focus at this moment in time is, trying to get results for Sligo.
And are you in a position then where you're on a contract until the end of this season?
Yeah, well, it's an open-ended thing. They'll have a look at me, I'll have a look at them. But we've certainly not discussed length or terms of conditions in terms of contracts. I trust the board to back me, hopefully with a couple of signings over from England if I can possibly get them, and we'll see where it takes us.
And just looking at Irish football in general, I know that Dundalk are in a position where they lost to Bate Borisov a couple of weeks ago. Do you think that Irish football, there could be a time where an Irish side does get into the Champions League and can progress like that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the dream for all the Irish clubs. That's where the money comes from. Any Irish team that manages to claw its way through the qualifying rounds of the European scene obviously sets them up financially for that season. So there's a big incentive there for the Irish teams and chairmen to invest in the squad, get some better players over here, and try its best to progress on the European stage. And if they can do that, as I said, financially, it's a win for everyone.